Hey, Kelly.
This year marks the 5th anniversary of actor Luke Perry's death. He died of a stroke in 2019. For many people, Perry was a pop culture icon. Dylan McKay on the long-running hit show Beverly Hills 90210.
A new book looks at how Luke Perry stood out from a crowd of other handsome Hollywood actors of his generation and how he was able to bend the idea of what was cool. Pop culture journalist Margaret Wappler wrote A Good Bad Boy, Luke Perry and How a Generation Grew Up. And Margaret joins us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good to have you with us. I noticed his family and the other 90210 stars did not speak to you. Why do you think that is?
That's true. Well, the family had various reasons. I think most of all, it was about privacy. And they did give their blessings, though, to a lot of people who chose to speak with me in the book. So there was still a good relationship there.
And the co-stars, same reason? Privacy?
Yeah, I think once the family wasn't officially on board, they were hesitant. But then also some of it was just time constraints. I did talk to, some people from the cast and the creators of the show, like Darren Star and Chuck Rosen and Rebecca Gayheart, who was really close with him. So there were people from 90210 in there.
So what makes him, so different that it's you thought this is a whole book? What did you learn about him?
You know, he was an incredibly kind man in an industry that isn't often known for that. And he really kept that goodness in him throughout all of the stages of his career. I mean, he had an early meteoric rise to fame, and that can be hard on the psyche. And he really kept grounded and balanced through all of that. And then when the spotlight faded a bit and he was in maybe a more down period of his career, he was still kind. He was still working really hard. He was still challenging himself. He was still trying to perfect and work on his craft. And, by the time he got onto Riverdale, it's like his reputation in Hollywood, was cemented as this guy that was, unique for being that kind.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it should be a big deal that he was a nice guy, but as you say, it's not a world known for being nice. What was the biggest impact on him that made him that way?
I think part of it was his family and the milieu that he grew up in. He grew up in rural Ohio, and I think, his stepdad really taught him a lot about being a man and how being a man meant, kindness and, not being macho and, kind of the good parts of the male identity he really encouraged in Luke.
And he was incredibly protective, too. You tell a couple of stories about his co-stars and what he did for Jason Priestley and Tori Spelling. Tell those stories.
Yeah, so Jason Priestley got into a terrible car accident. He was a race car driver for quite some time, and he basically almost died. He was literally dead for maybe 20 seconds or, a couple minutes. And at the hospital, he was in really rough shape. They didn't know if he would come out of this coma. And Luke was there at his side. He ran to be with him from Tennessee, and he basically stirred Jason out of this coma by saying his name, just getting right in his face and saying, "Jason, I'm here. It's Luke." And it was just so touching that at that point, they weren't working together at 90210 anymore, but their relationship stayed really close throughout the years. And that was one way in which he just was there for a really dear friend of his.
He almost didn't get the 90210. Talk about his audition.
Yeah, so he did a great job on the first audition for Darren and Chuck Rosen. They were really impressed with him. They had been seeing people all day, and they didn't think they were going to find the guy, and then the guy comes in. But his audition for the Fox network was rocky. He was really nervous. He knew it was a huge opportunity for him. And so his, audition was a little rough, and the Fox executives asked him to leave the room and said, "You know what, we're not seeing it." They said that to Aaron Spelling, who at that point was really rooting for Luke, brought in Luke as the only possibility for Dylan McKay. And Aaron Spelling said, "Listen, I believe in this guy so much that I'm willing to pay his salary out of my pocket."
Wow.
And so that's how Luke got hired. And the first 10 checks that Aaron Spelling wrote for him were handwritten.
Real quickly, he was in, last movie he was in, wasn't it, Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
That's right. It came out after his death, and he had a small, interesting role in that movie as basically a TV cowboy, and it was a long time coming. Quentin Tarantino had him audition for other things before. It wasn't quite the right role. This was a great fit, and I do think that if Luke had lived, they'd be working together again.
Yeah.
Well, for more, you can check out margaretwappler.com or follow Margaret on social media. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Margaret.
Thanks so much for having me.